I am Shrey Malhotra, and I am the organizer for GDG New Delhi, GDG Google Developer Group, formerly known as Google Technology User Group. First, let's make the introduction for everybody, then we'll start talking about. Ravish, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Ravish, and I look after the Android chapter that's just started in July.
I'm Anubha, and I'm working with GDG New Delhi.
Yeah, so firstly, Google Developer Groups. Firstly, I need to prove you that I'm a developer. I remember that game happening where the language had to be, as in one in English and the other language. My language is binary. 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 4, 0, 5, 0, 6, 0, 7, 0, 8, 0, 9, 0, 10, 0, 11, 0, 12, 0, 13, 0, 14, 0, 15, 0, 16, 0, 17, 0, 18, 0, 19, 0, 20, and 0 for this event. Not the 0 to any 0, 0, if you understand. Try to decode this. Anyway, coming back, Google Developer Groups. These groups, Google Technology Use Groups, were basically a group where all of us could meet, not just on one day, not just on this event, but we could meet every day. Every weekend, I could meet with you guys because I am a developer, you are a developer, so we could meet. So these groups were started as an initiative back in 2009 as Google Technology Use Group, where we wanted people to come ahead and start talking about these technologies, sharing their experience with Google technologies, any technology that Google is actually helping us, giving us the API or something. We wanted you guys to come out and start talking about us. Because, fine, there is a lot of content on the web. Right now, the web is the future, everybody says that. But we wanted to meet you guys and see what development is. We wanted to do social coding. We wanted to sit down with you, start coding with sessions. We should have coding sessions with you guys. So what we wanted is, let's create something where a forum or whatever you call a group, a user group, where you can speak to us, we can speak to you. If you are a developer and you have done something and you want to showcase to all the people around, to your fellow developers or to the fellow developers in the state or the country level or the world level. So what happened is, in the world, there were these Google Technology User Groups started. And with the success of this, Google thought, let's take it to the next level. Let's get Google Technology User Groups to become Google Developer Groups. So basically, these Google Developer Groups, you can see the stats. There are 84 countries with 252 chapters. Basically, every country has a lead who's actually handling all this with all the chapters and all. He could not be here with us, but I'll surely connect you with him. What he does is he actually helps supporting all the events that we do at the forums. We'll come back to in the next slide, please. Yeah, so what do we do? Hackathons. Somebody in the morning told me hackathon is something where you hack. I said, no, there's nothing hacking here involved. Hackathon is basically where you guys and we sit together and we start coding. We give you a theme away. We decide a common theme for an app, or we decide a common idea for an app. And for 5 days continuously, we'll be sitting down and coding that app to produce something, to produce a prototype of the app. So imagine all of us sitting here. 5 days we'll be sitting here continuously, day and night, and we'll try to create something. So just imagine if you have a problem, you can go to the next person and ask, okay, I am having a problem. Can anybody help us out with this? Can anybody in the room help us out with this? So basically, we do such kind of events, and then talks. You heard a lot of talks today also. So we do developer talks where we actually tell you how we are using this technology, how you can use this technology. Using this technology means how do you access those APIs? What is the depth of it? And sometimes what we do is we will ask, we'll request Google to actually send in some Googlers who are known about the technology and all. They'll come to our events, they'll talk about, you can ask questions directly from the advocates and all. And sometimes we'll have simple hangouts. You sit back at home, we'll do an hangout on air, and you can watch it, you can post your questions. You can, if you have a doubt on Android, you can start posting your questions, and we'll answer it on the hangout. Then sometimes we do some outside events. What do you mean by outside events? We do events such as we want you developers to move out of the city rush. You go to the office, you are tired and all. So what we do is we pick we'll pick 80 to 100 developers and we'll move out of the city. We'll go to a camping site, camping area, and we will code there. So just imagine taking 2-day rest from your business life, all that entrepreneur and all tough jobs that you do. So we'll take you out and we'll have this camping session where we'll camp out and we'll develop, we'll have talks there. So that's kind of other events that we are planning to do. What have we done till now? Firstly, GDG New Delhi. Now, where does GDG New Delhi comes into picture? GDG New Delhi did the first event in February. That was DevFest X at Google Gurgaon. So that kind of event was where we invited speakers from all India to community speakers. This is all community driven. This is not supported as in, this is not run by any organization or any central person. This is like your community, our community. We are developers, you are developers. You come. If you want to have a session, you want to talk about something, you request. We'll arrange the proper arrangement, all the venues and all, and we'll get people to talk to you. And if you want to just attend, you can just attend these. There is no cost of joining or something. So GDG New Delhi did the first event, DevFest X, and after that we have gathered a lot of developers and we have done events, specific events, and some normal meetups, regular meetups where you come and actually meet us. Just say hi, hello, and what are you developing on? That's it. So we maybe in an evening, for evening 2 hours, we'll meet somewhere and we'll say, okay, what was your project? What are the project you're working on? So these are some kind of events that we try to do. I don't know how many of you actually know what DevFest were and what DevFest are. Google used to do DevFest. So community said, okay, now community will do DevFest X and Google will support us. Because community is somewhere that we wanted to do and Google said, yes, we will support you, go ahead, let the community do it. Let speakers come from the community, let the developers come and talk about these topics. So DevFest X was named then. Now, again, DevFest has changed. DevFest is now the community has to do the DevFest. Now, Google does not do DevFest, only community does DevFest. So just imagine the power you guys have. If you want to be at an event, you want to do an event, you want to speak at a session, how much power the community has when we are together. Then what we do is sometimes the organizers or the team members of the GDG, they are taken over to various places. They're even taken to Mountain View, California to actually look about how they work, how Googlers are working, so that they realize how these development actually take place and come back with all that content and deliver it to the community. I was invited to attend Google I/O 2012, and I could tell you that the difference that they do, the developers, the difference in their developing, as in you'll say that they are good enough, they are very good, and we are lacking this. No, you guys are great. I know that you guys are great, and I have seen it there. Anyway, moving on, what are the next events that we are planning for? Anubha?
We have a global DevFest coming up in November, and then we have a camp out in February. So how many of you will be there? How many of you can we expect to be there at our event?
So how many of you want to go out and camp out and do
Somewhere
coding
outside
session?
Delhi.
Yes? Not the coding session? Don't worry, we'll teach you the coding session also. Yeah, next slide. So now I'll ask Ravish to talk about the GDG Delhi Android group. I won't take up his time. I can go on and on. So Ravish.
So because of Android's popularity during the last year, particularly amongst developers, Google felt it was important to have a completely separate Android chapter which is focused on the more expert level stuff. We don't do beginner level events. That is still taken care by GDG New Delhi, who are our sister chapter. So this is only the second Android user group in India. And the focus is to bring us closer to the complete community. We are talking about people from the industry itself, mobile carriers, startups, anyone who's looking for developers at the same time to bring developers together. And basically to take the skill sets of our Android developers currently to a completely new level. So you can join us on Google Plus and Facebook. We have a ton of events going through right through till November. Next slide.
Okay, there's just one or two slides left. Don't be the people at the end are going to kill me. Anyway, there is Startup Weekend. I don't know how many of you know this. Startup Weekend is a 52-hour session where in 52 hours you have to start your own startup right from the scratch. And when you move out of the session, when you move out of the Startup Weekend, you have your own startup with developers, designers, everybody. You get to meet them there at the Startup Weekend. This is usually hosted with support with GDG and Google. So what they do is Startup Weekend happens, and we guys, GDG, the Google Developer Group, is usually there to help the startups with technical requirements and all. So what we do is the next Startup Weekend is happening on 21st and 22nd. Anybody, now they are offering you a 20% discount if you apply there, and if you want to join Startup Weekend. Only for G-Day, they are giving you a 20% discount. You can apply this code there on their website. Their website is mentioned. You can apply this code and you can get a 20% off on the entry. This is only for G-Day participants. So they might be needing your verification or kind of stuff. That's different. So what you can do is, if you have a startup idea, go there. In 54 hours, what you try to do is you start your startup, you try it out, you talk to people who are doing this. There will be mentors from different industries. So GDG people will be there to help you out with the technical requirements you have, the developers you have. So maybe this will be a nice opportunity for people who are looking for a startup. Next slide. Okay, finally, how do you collaborate? How do you become a member of GDG, Google Developer Group? Firstly, it's free. Start following us on Google+, Facebook, and our Google group. There are a lot of groups outside that have their mailing list, they have other stuff. We want to keep it simple and straight. We'll have a Google group and we'll have a Google+ page. There is a Facebook page anyway. Still, Google group and is the central point of contact where our events would be mentioned, where how you can contribute. You can start a topic and we'll take it, we'll raise it, and we'll try to do a session on it. We'll have a small talks over it. You can give a talk, you can conduct and participate in our hackathons. The recent hackathon happened at India Habitat Center, Hack 2012, Code for a Cause. So we wanted to code for a cause. So we thought, okay, let's bring developers for 2-3 days and start coding. Some apps that can help the maybe in education sector, maybe in the women's security sector. So we wanted to do this. Anyway, these are the contact places where you can get to us. You can email us to new-delhi-gdug. Again, it is GDUG or GDG. It's the same thing wherever you listen to this at googlegroups.com. The G+ page, that's a short URL if you want that. Then the Facebook page, the Twitter handle. I've already given the introduction about myself. You can mail me at shrey@gtux.org. And Ravish for GDG Delhi Android freaks, you can mail it to Ravish at appculture.com. And thank you so much for sitting for the last 5 minutes. I know it's very difficult. It's very difficult to sit for the last 5 minutes when you actually know. Thank you so much, and thank you for inviting us here. Thank you so much.